Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Leo, for those of you who may not know. And once again, I find myself out somewhere in southern Appalachia on the side of a mountain in a graveyard. And I've come down here. I'm actually camping right back up this way. Jenkins, Kentucky is up that way, and Whitesburg is down that way. I'm camping at a little place called Fish Pond Lake, and I'll be documenting a couple cemeteries, including this one, and doing some camping and telling you guys a story, which brings us to today's subject, the reason that I am here. I have someone that I want you guys to meet. This guy right here. Sam Craft, 1918 to 1948. Gone from our home, but not from our hearts. And there's a picture. As a matter of fact, there's a picture of Sam. Now Sam is actually the catalyst for this entire little expedition. He's the reason we came down here, to tell you this story. And like I said, I will be documenting a couple graveyards. We found one last time I was down up here on Falcon Drive. As a matter of fact, that couldn't really find much on it, no grave photos, things like that. So we figured we would stop by and document it as well. Now I'm going to kind of get out of the way, get relaxed here, and I have a story to tell you guys. Now, Sam Craft was born June 26th in 1918, the son of Harrison Craft and Kizzy Webb Craft. He grew up here in the hills along the Kentucky River near Kona, Kentucky, surrounded by family and the close-knit community that was pretty typical in this part of the country. As he grew older, Sam built a life of his own. He married Virginia Knight, and together they had two daughters, Barbara and Doris June. Those who knew him remembered him as being a hard-working and very upright young man. He was also known as a good husband and father who was devoted to his family. Before settling fully into family life and work, Sam also served our country during World War II and served with the 807th Air Corps. He spent 5 years in the armed forces, like many other young men from Appalachian coal fields who left their homes and served during the war. When his service ended, he returned home to Kentucky and resumed the kind of work common in the region, coal mining. By early 1948, Sam was working in a truck mine operated by the Dark Hollow Coal Company along the Kentucky River above Kona. For those of you who may not know, a truck mine just means a smaller family-owned mine rather than a large industrial-scale operation. Most of the work would be done by hand instead of heavy equipment. The mine belonged to Tom Lewis and Joe Addington. Much of the work there involved working with mules or ponies that helped move coal through the mines and out to nearby loading areas. On Saturday, January 17th in 1948, an ordinary day at work ended in tragedy, and in a very unusual and unexpected way. While working with the mule that he used in the mine, it somehow wandered away and went up into the hills. So Sam stopped what he was doing and went after it. Most likely, he was expecting to find it quickly and bring it back, like he had probably done many times, before that day. But unknown to Sam, a high-tension electric line had recently broken and fell to the ground somewhere along the area where he was searching. As Sam moved through the woods looking for the mule, he stepped across the live wire. When he came into contact with it, the electricity hit him and killed him instantly. Now, less than 30 minutes later, Newt Collier, an employee of the Kentucky and West Virginia Power Company, arrived to repair the very same broken wire that Sam had just stepped on. Sam Craft was only 29 years, 6 months, and 21 days old when he died. The news of his sudden passing spread quickly through the coal mining communities along the Kentucky River and brought deep sorrow to everyone who knew him. He left behind many friends and family who mourned him. His parents, Harrison and Kizzy Craft, his wife Virginia, and their 2 daughters, Barbara and Doris June, along with a large group of relatives and friends who had known him all his life. Funeral services were held on Monday, January 19th in 1948 at 11 a.m. at the schoolhouse on the Kentucky River. Elder G. Bennett Adams officiated the services as members of the community gathered to pay their final respects. Following the service, Sam Craft was laid to rest here in this cemetery. But Sam's life, though it was very brief, was remembered by all those who knew him as that of a very hard-working young man, devoted very much to his family and very much respected by his community. But I just wanted to, like I said, bring you guys out here and tell you this story about this amazing young man who went to war, worked hard, and was looking forward to having a wonderful future, with his family. But just a fluke accident somewhere, and this is the result. You go to war. The man went to war and came back, and then something as simple as a broken power line was what did it. So I guess now you can see why, you come out to tell stories when you run across something, an interesting story, like an interesting person like Sam. He was well known from a young age, and I ran into where I'm camping at. As a matter of fact, the guy that runs the campground knew them, knew the family, and knew of Sam anyway. And one of the other guys that happened to be walking up there that just knew who I was, a local, walking around the lake, just enjoying the beautiful morning, the beautiful weather. He knew about Sam. They had heard about Sam, both of them had, because Sam just had a really good reputation. He was a really well-liked, really good-hearted young man. Anyway, rest in peace. Beautiful place, isn't it? Beautiful homes, pretty trees. I see redbud blooming. It's a pretty place. Anyway, guys, like I said, we just wanted to bring you out here and tell you Sam's story. Until next time, this is Leo with the Hillbilly Files. Leo out.
Many wives and concubines, he fell for every single lie. Yeah, his head was full of dirt.